It's still spinning. There you go. Now you go.
Welcome, folks, and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Cigar, 2420 Government Street. We are the Ashholes. Welcome.
What's up, folks?
I'm here from the COVID studio with Mort, and we're here at Cigar with Bones and myself, Maverick.
Welcome, Ian. Ian Simpson's watching. I met him on
Ian Simpson.
Ian Simpson. I met him on Great Lakes Smoke Show. He won a pipe too 1 week.
Did you get yours in the mail yet?
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
What's the hold up?
I don't fucking know. Ran by a couple of New Yorkers up there.
Maybe slow because of the mail, which you have something to talk about tonight about the mail, post office.
And this is why people are upset with the mail. Look at this. From Doña Nole Cigars. Nothing against Duncan. Because Jeff Mort got his package, same package the same way. But I took it back to the truck. I tracked the truck down. And I said, he goes, there's supposed to be something in there. I'm like, no, they just mailed an empty envelope. You know, he goes, well, that's the way they gave it to me. That you didn't quite. Oh, anyway. Now I got to go to the post office tomorrow and say, hey, there was some nice expensive Hiram Solomon cigars in there.
You should say Rolex was in there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's not insured, so you're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
Well, priority automatically comes with insurance on it.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
like $100 or $50 or something.
I think it's 100 automatically, Jeff. Priority.
I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't deliver mail.
You don't know.
Well, I'll find out when I go talk to Chrissy.
Don't know.
You know Chrissy at the post office, big black lady behind the
counter.
She's a sweet girl, man. I like her. Because you in here again?
She ain't never going to say that to me because I never go.
As frequent as I go, they don't know who I am.
I don't go at all. I hate it. I have to go every once in a while for somebody else, but I get my friend Tiffany to go for me.
Welcome, Kevin. Welcome, Nicole. Welcome, Brian Diggins.
I said, you got to do me a favor. She says, what? Go to the post office? I said, yep. She says, why is it such a big deal? I said, I hate it there.
Haven't seen you in a while, Darren. Welcome.
I don't know who's on or who's
you
not.
Got,
so I can say welcome.
You got Boston Jimmy on, too.
Yep. Boston Jimmy's on.
Boston Jimmy, man, I know that.
He
hey, Boston.
Today with,
Tyler, how you doing? Kevin.
So they're all saying yes, $50.
Any other Kevin?
What's the Jimmy? It was 2 packs of the Hiram Solomon little short ones that you raved about, and yeah, they're gone. Nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
unless
I got mine.
Like
I got mine.
Someone's probably smoking them right now.
I got mine in today. They're in the humidor.
Yeah.
We do that?
Yeah, it's going across the bottom right there. We got Mike Bryant there.
But do they see that? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yep, they see that, and then when we switch it every couple of minutes, they'll see the other sponsors.
Cool,
folks. We started tonight as the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge. There's going to be some changes throughout the month that we're not going to do them during the show. We're still going to stick with the regular format we had, but we're going to have Mort's moments, little short videos throughout the weeks or whatever that we'll post up to YouTube. Mav is going to do, I forgot what we call it.
I forgot myself.
Moments.
Mav Minutes,
something like
Mav's
that.
Minutes.
And I'm going to do No Bones About It, which technically was the fucking mail. But,
right. But we're going to have little short segments from all three of us.
And maybe every once in a while, you might see a Mort Madness.
Yes. They're going to be short.
But you're going to see my madness too.
Short videos, minute, 5
especially
minutes.
After I get I didn't mean to talk over you. Pardon me. After I get No Bones About It.
Oh,
because he'll be saying something that drives me nuts from the press world, and I'll have to talk about that.
Yep. So we're getting a new logo and everything, right?
We're going to get one. We're working on that one.
Yep.
I got a couple different people trying to come up with something. I got to keep on Justin for it because he got the original one. I said just change it to the 5.5 legs. Just the top.
And he does that very good. You know?
On the phone.
I don't know how he does it on the phone.
I don't know. I can't do it on the computer. He's got to teach. I got to learn how to do.
I'm not going to.
Then I got to get Kevin Shahan's help again and change the channel name on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes.
Right now it's under the Ashholes, but it's going to be under the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge. It's going to be the whole name on the YouTube title, so you can find us easier. Welcome, Alan, Caitlin.
Caitlin, how you doing, Allie?
5.5 legs and 5 wings, because one of my wings is bound up.
Yeah.
What has that got to do with being old? What's got? I don't know. Well, my son will be here on Friday.
That's because you're old.
What's because I'm old?
The weather.
Maybe.
I think, right, Caitlin?
I don't know. Well, she don't like it.
Specify.
She's only 30. It's 44 degrees and raining in Omaha today, people.
Where
what was it today? 95 something degrees today.
It was hot.
No. She's telling me I'm old because I can't figure out the logic on YouTube.
No, it's the logo. Can't figure out the logo.
I can't see from there.
And you also can't see because he's old.
No, I got to get the original logo he built in order to change it.
What are you smoking there, Mort? Let's go start with that. What are we smoking tonight?
Well, tonight I'm smoking I'm glad you asked. Thank you. A CAO America Honor. It is a tribute smoke to our boys in blue.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Nice.
Yeah, because I got it on Cigar Bid.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you off air. Your Cigar Bid stuff.
Okay. Oh, I'm sure. Also, I am smoking a Cafe Maduro.
Yes.
So
no, I put that away.
I will warn you, folks. If you're on narcotics for pain medicine, do not go on Cigar Bid.
It's the devil.
Oh boy, I got to hear this story.
Don't do it. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm.
More. You sure you ain't going to be living out in that trailer?
Hey, man, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I'm smoking a Rocky Patel Old World Reserve Maduro that I got in one of the virtual cigar things we did.
Yeah.
Packs for $125.
Yeah.
It's not a bad smoke, but then I got a lineup is
It's ain't bad. It's a little heavy.
Rockefeller Cigar Maduro.
I got this Maduro from Kathy here. That's a little rough.
Is it really?
Thank you, Mike. What's that?
Maduro from Caffey's a little rough.
I mean, not rough. I mean, heavy for me.
Oh, well, yeah, it is for you. It's not a connection.
But it's blending in nice. I feel it's good. I started over the last week smoking some, trying different Maduros.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been probably about 4 or 5 I did. I mean, from last week to this week, we're only on Tuesday. I mean, but from last Thursday till now, about 5 different ones. Everything turned out pretty good. And nothing bothered me, you know what I mean?
Well, they shouldn't.
Wowza.
Unless you get into a triple Ligero or something, then you might have a little issue.
Yeah, that'd be a little heavy.
Yeah.
Your truck door just opened.
Folks, go to Cigar Prop and get yourself a cigar prop. It fits in your wallet, folds up, goes everywhere with it. So you have it.
And it'll go off at the airport just to let you know when it's in your wallet.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, it will.
Well, dude,
sure. Speaking
of airports, there were a couple of NYPD guys in here this weekend. They were down for the weekend. Harris flew them down and stuff. He had a torch like the one you got at Havana Reyes. That big one?
Yes. That's the one.
He had it in his checked baggage, and it made it all the way from New York. But he had a direct flight from Newark down to Gulfport.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they looked at it and said, "There's just no way that's a lighter."
Looks like a magazine.
It does. It does. And if he carried a weapon with him, then that certainly.
Neither one of them did.
Neither one of them were armed, huh?
Mm.
No, they said we're not taking them.
And they're police officers. That's amazing because usually they can pull off a flight.
Too much of a hassle, he said. Too
Can
much.
be.
But we want to hit sports first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sports doesn't exist in my world this year.
Well,
Well, me either, but there's something to talk about.
you know, Mav and I talked about it. You and I talked about it. We all talked about it. I enjoy sports. I enjoy all hockey, football, basketball. I can do without. Golf, baseball. Baseball,
Female
not gonna
beach.
watch.
Female beach volleyball.
Oh yeah, that's a sport.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to watch that this year.
But I thoroughly enjoy football. College football is my favorite.
But you love the
I
pro
love
stuff too.
I love professional football. Yeah, the protesting and the kneeling and all that, with all that BS. I'm going to. I talked myself into watching professional football, but I'm not buying any tickets. I'm not buying any memorabilia. I'm not buying anything.
Banners, flags, nothing.
If somebody's going to give me a deal on a Peyton Manning autographed jersey for $50, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying this stuff. But why should I stop enjoying my Sundays? You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
And to a point, but I'm not going to invest any money.
But if somebody offered you that signed jersey, you're buying it from that individual, not from the league. So it's a personal transition.
You got a point there. Or off an auction site. But as long as the NFL does not profit from it, you know, I have.
Mort, I'm not watching it.
I'm not. No, I'm done.
I understand what he's saying, and I respect that his view and his opinion, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Especially what Drew Brees did with putting the name on his helmet. I'm not going to say the name of the person.
The whole team did that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, you know, he's the captain, he's the leader, and I'm done with him too.
Well, Jimmy, we were watching. He's talking about watching curling, but we were watching the other night. We had the cornhole championships on.
Yay!
Isn't every week the championship with them?
It's about. Well, I don't know which one is more exciting. Cornhole or curling?
Cornhole, because I've played cornhole before a lot. Curling.
You know, some of them guys just got such a touch. What's the score? What's the score do? 18? What's it? 17 to 18 every game? It's just a 1-pointer?
With what?
Cornhole.
Oh, it goes usually 15 or 21. You can get shut out, and
you can get shut out at 15. But yeah, if it's up to score, it's to 21. I thought
mean,
it was 21 win by 2.
There's more action in curling than there is in cornhole.
Caitlin loves curling, though.
I mean, the guys with the little brooms and all this stuff that when they go to town, they're just brooming the shit out of that bowling alley.
Yeah, or it's on ice too, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do it on ice also, right?
What team was in the Olympics last time? There was
2 more weeks they'll be able to do it where Caitlin lives.
Yeah. One of the teams got suspended in the Olympics because they were drunk as shit when they went out on the ice.
Yeah.
For curling. It's crazy shit, man. But MTV Mike brings up. He said all he gives us S about is the between the whistle, start and finish. And we tried to figure out the other day when the national anthem really started at the games, and it really didn't start until Desert Storm in '92. Prior to that, they didn't really play the national anthem.
I don't recall.
That's how long it's been. So, you know, I if you don't give me the opportunity to disrespect it, then, you know, I don't know. It's you can go back and forth. But I read an article yesterday, and this was from. I wrote everything down. Now I'm not going through the phone anymore. Herschel Walker. Remember Herschel Walker?
Sure.
Oh,
this is
Georgia. University of Georgia, right?
Or was it Georgia?
Herschel played for Georgia.
Yes, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
What's his name was from
Then
Auburn.
he went to the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the Eagles.
Yeah, the other one was from Auburn. He played baseball.
Yeah.
Damn. You know him. Yeah. Anyway, word for word. And I don't know why he would say this.
This is a quote.
Yeah. He said he hates black people. Well, BLM. I'm sorry, BLM.
Black Lives Matter.
He said they're more racist than white people, and he told BLM that being oppressed is a choice. I don't agree with the last part.
Well,
I don't think it's a choice.
if you think about somebody that's involved in a domestic in a violent relationship, and they get out of that violent relationship, but they continue to say everything that goes on in their life is a result of that violent relationship they're in. They're a victim over and over and over again. They haven't stopped that victim mentality. So
Yeah, that goes for any race.
So hearing what he's saying, that kind of makes a little sense from his perspective. You can find yourself oppressed if you want to be oppressed. If you don't want to be oppressed, get out of being oppressed. Get your mindset out of it. Get your mindset out of that.
I think I agree with that.
I mean, if that's what his words are saying, I agree with that.
We gave him a lot of shit for saying that too, man.
Do we have a problem with race relations in America? Yes, we do. We do now more than ever. Now more than ever, because of the situations that have been brought to light with the brutality and all this stuff. But do we have more than we did before? No, we certainly don't. It's just brought out more to light. That's all. It's just brought out more. We have no more than or no less than we've had before.
It's just more emphasized now, is what you're saying.
It is more highly publicized, more emphasis placed on it than there was before. We got the same amount of people that are prejudiced on all sides, and that's all races. The same amount. There's no new ones. There's not a school that you go to get brainwashed into being a racist. That we got the same amount of people, no matter what. It's just more. It's more out in the open now.
This is all off the wall. I got all
also
put together.
Herschel Walker lost all kind of friends because he's a big Trump supporter.
Yes, he is.
And he said he's surprised at that.
You know, the thing that surprises me is within the black community, watching people of color come out saying that they support Trump, and people of their race calling them names because of who they support politically. One term I hear is Uncle Tom.
Yes.
You know, that doesn't make sense to me. Why should somebody be referred to in a derogatory manner based upon the person that they choose to support for politics? Republican or Democrat. If you're not a Democrat, if you're a black person or a person of color and you're not a Democrat, you're a sellout to your race. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
I don't see that being a proper response from anybody.
I agree with you.
That's bad. That's not good.
You got bouncing.
Yeah, bouncing. I'm just going to go
He's
down.
just bouncing all over the place. He's just going to go down his list.
Well, last week we talked about the riot has vandalized Plymouth Rock and Graceland, the wall outside of Graceland,
and the destroyed defense,
which Mav said it's already been repaired.
It's already been repaired and taken care of.
But I did read up on that because the other day you and all three of us were talking about that. The wall that they vandalized is the wall that fans go and initial or write their names on and stuff like that. So when they repaired the wall from the damage, they also erased a lot of
names,
people's personalization.
Been there for 40 years.
Could have been 40 years.
Yeah, and also, but they destroyed the fence, but the fence was repaired right away. So they took care of that pretty much right away. You know, the guitars that are on it and the music symbols and stuff like that.
Yeah. But to say that to say that they fixed the wall is not
Accurate.
it's not accurate, because they destroyed a lot of memorabilia, a lot of people's memories, or their thoughts of them, best wishes, sorry you're here, Elvis,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Well,
Yes.
they repaired it as best they could, but they're not going to be able to get all that other stuff back. But the state of Tennessee, oh, that's on the other page. Go back, because this is along the same stuff. The state of Tennessee is trying to pass a bill, SB 8005. Mandates 45 days in holding for aggravated rioting, increased fines. Rioters have to pay restitution, and they deemed attacks on first responders as a Class C felony.
Which means not a whole lot, probably.
I think they could take that a step further and say, if you're on public assistance of any sort, if you are caught looting or rioting, you lose that public assistance.
That goes for anybody.
And on top of it all, I think if it is a BLM sanctioned event, and it eventually turns into be a riot and stuff is burnt down and stuff, BLM should be responsible for paying for and repairing the damages.
Well, and any organization that is sponsoring an event like that.
Exactly. I'm sorry I didn't say that. I really did mean that. Any organization, period. Yes. Any organization that does that. So that would require them to hire their own security to make sure that it was secure. So let's just say, use the example, a bad one I know because they're voters, but the voters for Trump. Let's say these guys go out on a rampage. They have their little event, voters for Trump, and Antifa shows up to the port and decides to just wreak havoc on the piers and all that shit that these guys launched from. Who's responsible for that? Well, what I'm saying is, if voters for Trump sanctioned an event, they should secure those areas that they're going to be using.
I
understand.
I agree. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base allows private arms on base.
I believe there was a caveat to that, though. There was a lot of stipulations that.
Oh, you got to fill out certain forms. You got to be qualified. You got to,
gotta have a whole bunch of stuff before that's allowed.
Well, you're just not going to, if you got an ID card, you're just not going to be allowed to carry on there the base without. I think you got to have a weapons permit from the state, from Ohio, not outside the state. But there's a lot of stipulations involved in that. Got to go through the security forces, like Bone said. It's a lot of things you're going to have to do.
I would hope if you were working there, I wouldn't. I don't know what anybody that isn't assigned to that base would want to bring a weapon on base, other than to cause havoc, a problem, or something. But I think that's a step in the right direction. I think we should be able to carry on any civilian that's licensed and qualified should be able to carry on base.
Properly trained and licensed, yeah, and approved by security forces on base.
Because we discussed it before, we got to go through all these, and even outside organizations hold active shooter exercises.
Yep.
And you see active shooter will lock the doors, turn the lights off, get underneath the desk. Not going to happen, because there's some bases that are talking about allowing you to bring the weapon on base.
Yep.
Okay. But it has to stay in your vehicle when you get to your office.
And don't bring it. It's not like bringing it. You're not bringing it because it ain't there. You can't get to it.
Exactly.
But
not only that, but your vehicle is not as secure as if it would be being with you. Yes. You have
to take, I get up and walk out of my office, but if I have my weapon there, my door will be locked when I leave.
So about 3 years ago, I got pulled over on base, and I got a warning. I was like 3 miles over the speed limit. It was no big deal. And the tech sergeant that pulled me over even told me, I'm just doing it as a courtesy more than anything else. But I heard on the radio when he called in my license plate that they replied back with my name and address and that I had a valid concealed carry permit. So the tech sergeant asked me if I had my weapon with me in the vehicle. I said, "Oh," I said, "Not on your life, dude. I'm not carrying."
He could have really searched the vehicle.
Could have, yes, but he asked me straight up, "Do you have it?" It is not authorized for me to carry on base.
Nope.
Not on your life, dude.
What I have heard, there's some bases that, when they stop you at the gate and they search your vehicle, they search the vehicle. They don't search your person. Most security forces do not search you.
That is true. That is it is virtually factual. I'll say I've been involved in those searches on base because that's what my job was, and I don't recall ever searching a person.
So if that person has the gun on their waist, it's a chance they're taking when you get out of the vehicle.
It is indeed a chance. Yes, I never. I don't recall, like I said, ever searching a person's.
Oh, I wouldn't do it unless I'm authorized to do it.
Without
whether or not I leave my vehicle, whether or not I leave in my vehicle or carried in my office with me is another story. They'll be damned if I'm hiding underneath my desk and there actually is an active shooter. What are they going to do? If you're protecting yourself and you shoot somebody and save all those lives, what are they going to do? What can they do? Fire you?
Yes, they can actually. Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
They can, and they probably would because right now we're not authorized. But
I can't fire me as quick as I can get my retirement papers in.
6 months. 6 months, you gotta have to wait. They're telling you they want 6 months leeway for you to put in.
Right. But as long as you file them, I think you're good to go.
But still, if they fire you, you're still retirement eligible, right?
Yeah, you just be without a paycheck until your papers are done.
Right. I don't think that a firing negates your
no, it shouldn't.
Your retirement.
What else you got there?
Hey, Kerr's on. Kerr's
welcome,
here.
Kerr. Let's see. We all saw the article on the Chicago mayor who said who they say is using the police to keep looters and rioters out of her neighborhood.
There was actually Monday, not the weekend, but Monday, 51 yesterday, meaning yesterday, 51 shot, 10 killed.
Isn't that special?
That's usually the whole weekend, but I guess they upped it, vamped it up a little bit on Monday. They were barbecuing and they were shooting.
Labor Day. Yeah,
you got to.
We need to check the Facebook page. MTV Mike says the show starts at 7:30.
Yeah, probably does.
But if it does, it's been like that for a long time.
Yeah.
But we'll probably check it out when the show's over, Mike. Thank you.
So,
and Kerr said he pulled the trigger and bought StreamYard.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to use, man. You can do a lot with it.
Good for him.
A lot with it.
I like that dude. Not because he uses StreamYard. I mean, I'm happy for him doing that, but I kind of like that dude. He makes a good quality.
Thank you, Kurt. And he turns 50. What's today? The 8th? 9th?
Yeah, 8th.
He turns 50 on the 12th, I believe it is.
It's my sister's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Kurt was younger than that.
No, remember we were going to go out there for his 50th birthday, and then COVID hit, and everything got.
Dude, I'm fishing for free cigars. I thought he was a lot younger than 50.
We're always fishing for something.
Yeah, I thought he was like 36.
Yeah.
Can you, Mort? That's what you mean.
Exactly.
You guys, 30's 50. Come on. Why is he lying to us?
Oh, yeah. MTV talks about Pelosi. I don't know if that's on your list, but
no, I forgot all about that, man.
Pelosi getting her hair did.
She's crying. She's crying. She was set. Even if she was set up, she went in there, got her hair done without a mask on.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll dispute the fact that she was set up because there's not a Republican or a Trump supporter in the city of San Francisco.
And you know what the other thing is? I don't believe she even went there. I think it's an imposter because her hair still looks like shit.
Oh no, that's her face, dude. It's a face that makes the hair look like shit.
Oh, she's
I'm just saying is I'm thinking if she got her hair done, I'm thinking, all right, by herself all the time in the world. It must look real nice because, you know, women get the real nice hairdos. Well, it didn't look good at all. Looked like the thing I used on the floor at night to mop up with.
Yeah, you know, the problem was she got her wig done and not her hair. And she
Right.
forgot to put the wig on. And that, yeah.
she wasn't, and plus, you know.
I wonder if she had any wines at that shop that night.
Oh, she doesn't drink.
You know?
She doesn't drink much.
Yeah.
Hey, we even got a new customer in the shop. Zane's sitting over there, 22, and
Is that the guy wearing the yoga pants and
yeah, the
Headband.
workout,
Yeah.
the Olivia Newton-John.
exactly that's what I was thinking. Yeah, let's get physical.
Yeah,
Nice kid, though.
we were talking about Pelosi or Biden and Harris, and he said Biden is just so. This come from a 22-year-old kid out there, dementia. I don't know why.
He's going to be a police officer in
Why-
Atlanta or in Mobile, right?
Yeah, he's going to police academy in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Really? That the
Yeah.
guy with the Olivia Newton-John get up?
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, they'll like him there.
dude, he's a big kid, man.
Yeah, he's going to do good, man. Protect and serve.
Dude, he's got 22. He's got 2 degrees: criminal justice and homeland security.
Huh.
He's got his shit together. Oh,
I
he
guess.
said that on the family show.
It's all right. I just said about Nancy Pelosi's hair. It looks like
Where
doo-doo.
did we become a family show?
I don't know. The where the hell did it go? The Illinois governor, Pritzker. Is that how you pronounce it?
Pritzker.
Pritzker.
He's not a Democrat, is he?
He must be, because he says masks are a possibility to be mandated to be worn in your house.
Oh.
Dude.
Another
that-
one.
That goes right with somebody made a statement 2 weeks ago. I was kind of doped up, so I'm not going to be able to quote it properly, obviously, but the intent was there that you should wear a mask when you're having sex.
I do.
Well,
Oh, I think you meant that type of mask.
when you're by yourself.
Michael Myers mask I wear.
if she's butt ugly, she should be wearing a mask.
Right.
Oh.
We're going to get in trouble for that one.
Yeah, Caitlin's going to get on us for that one.
Yeah.
Remember on ESPN, they had if you ever watched Mike and Mike, when Mike and Mike was on.
I used to. Yeah. That was a really good
Remember
show.
when they had the black guy and the girl was Jamel, right? I think
Yeah.
her name was Jamel.
Yep.
Yeah, she said that the U.S. is as bad as Nazi Germany.
I did. I
That's a bold statement.
read that. That is a shame that somebody in the national media could get away with something like that. It's just a crying shame.
Why would she say that? I mean, it's not it's still to a lot of people the greatest country in the world to live in.
She's not a Trump supporter.
But to compare it to Nazi Germany, that's a little drastic.
Crying shame that somebody would make that comparison.
It'll be Nazi Germany when there's Gestapo and everything.
Oh yeah, I don't. Now, I did have a friend that lives in England said, and we had a conversation right after the I don't know what you want to call them, the Antifa guys or whoever took over that 8-block radius in
Portland?
in Seattle.
Seattle.
Remember?
Yeah.
We were talking. He goes, "Well, how do you feel about it?" I said, "Well, I would have no problem with Trump going in and doing what he's got to do with the troops." Then he brought up a good point. He goes, "Our forefathers always stated we're not to use our military against our own people."
Right.
Okay, I could see that. Then he said, if we do that, then people are going to look at us or the U.S. or him as being a dictator versus
The president.
a president.
Well, that was actually the Posse Comitatus Act that said that military cannot enforce civilian laws.
They normally.
I guess no, he's in the head.
Okay. But yeah, I don't. Is that still going on? They still got that blocked off?
Okay, yeah.
No, they gave it up. They couldn't get enough food delivered to them, or
Oh, that's right.
there was a lot of stuff going on, and it was too little, too late, if you ask me, because
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of shop owners lost their businesses because they were shut down for a long period of time. It was a horrible situation. They should have never allowed it to happen.
Well, it's getting crazy now because they fought the restaurateurs in the state of New York filed a $2 billion lawsuit against de Blasio and Cuomo for not allowing indoor dining at any level, not 10%, not 25%, absolutely no indoor dining.
And de Blasio wants the feds to pay that. That was, I saw that this afternoon. De Blasio wants the feds to pay like 2 point something. I don't know if it was M or B, but he wants the feds to pay money for their disruption in life.
Who does? De Blasio?
Yeah, he wants federal bailout.
Tell him to borrow the money from his wife. They raised. They had close to $1 billion in remember what the Clintons had, a foundation,
Yeah.
and that money's gone.
Oh yeah, the Clinton Foundation. Yeah, it's wiped out. Boston
No,
Jimmy.
So is the foundation that de Blasio's wife is in charge of.
Boston Jimmy, to answer your question, you said, or answer your statement, unless the state asks for assistance, that would be the National Guard, not federal troops, not like your active duty military, but your National Guard could be
But dude, that's
put in
basically.
a place to do that.
But that's basically, and I agree with you there. But that's basically a technicality because once you put Guard members or reserve members on orders, they're considered active duty.
Well, so the state doesn't put them on orders; they just activate them, and then they go about paying them. What
You have to put them on orders to activate them.
not?
'Cause you
It
have
wouldn't
to
be. They'd be on state. They'd be state funded, not federally funded. Like, yeah, you
That
said technicality. You're right. It is.
That is true. You are right there. They would be paid by the state.
Yeah, it is a technicality if you've got military police, let's say military police flight, Air Force military police in their National Guard, Air National Guard, and they activate them, then the state could activate them to enforce state law. But
And Jimmy, you are right.
But
The state,
McCord Air Force Base, the security forces on McCord cannot go out on outside of McCord Air Force Base to enforce state law.
Correct.
Or
they don't have
law or
authority. They don't have authority out there.
well, they do have arrest authority, but they cannot be used for that purpose. That was drilled into us my entire career, my entire time in the Air Force. That was.
Is he telling us the truth, Keith?
What?
No, I agree with you 100%. Big cigar news. Cigar Journal Awards in 10 days. 11 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time. No, it's 11 Eastern, 10 Central. Stream live on Facebook.com/Cigar Journal. And we got some friends up for stuff. I believe Dr. Cappy's up for the Maduro. I believe Kevin's up for one of his cigar props. Kevin, if you're still on, correct me if I'm wrong. And then Kevin is leading the packing, what Mort's about to put in front of the camera. A fantastic buy at that price.
What is it?
It's 5 short cigars.
Okay.
It's got a Padron in it. It's got the smaller smokes.
Yes.
20-minute?
A little bit longer than that.
Half an hour maybe.
Okay, 20 to
Half
30
hour.
minutes.
But priced at $41.95.
This would be the size. This would be the size of it.
For
So
5 cigars?
Yep, 41. And I don't know if it's still on today, but smokein.com. Kevin, what are the 5 cigars in your Battle of the Bands pack? It's the best buy on the site. It's five premium cigars for $41.95. They go anywhere from $41.95 to almost $60. You got the Padron, that's a good one. Hold them up one at a time. Jimmy's saying about 40 minutes smoke. That Juarez was a fantastic smoke.
The Papas Fritas, those are really good. I like that's a good
those.
smoke from Drew Estates. You've got the.
We got another big box in today.
I'm not even gonna hit that one. So
the Undercrown.
It's not Undercrown. It is.
No.
So Primus, Short Churchill, and here's the Alec Bradley.
I smoked everyone but the Padrones so far, and they were all good, fantastic. But smoking.com, and I don't know if they're still running it, but they had a Labor Day special. It's LBR Day is the code,
right?
And you get that down 20% off. You get it down to $33.
Oh, beautiful!
You
That's
can't
a great
beat it,
deal.
man.
Website right there, folks. Hop in there. You want to make sure that you jump in on Battle of the Bands Cigar Prop Edition. Excellent group. Can't wait.
That's the Dunbarton. That's the Dunbarton Sober Mesa Short Churchill. If I remember right, Kevin, that's made by Steve Saka.
So the only reason
the Labor Day special is over.
It's still a good buy for the amount.
Absolutely. But dude, for $33, I tried to get on it, and I was having problems with the website. I couldn't get it done. I wanted 2 more packs, but I probably would have got those in the mail too.
Definitely a good buy. I'm gonna let them sit for a little bit in the humidor, and we'll see how they smoke.
He's gonna win it, and for if you signed up, if you purchased the pack and you wanted the first 50, he's got a surprise. A white box about that big, full of whatever swag he put in there.
Okay, cool. That's nice.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh, you didn't do the picture and show him you bought the item?
I didn't get that white box, swag box.
No. You had it once you got it in and you got the letter showing you placed your vote.
Yeah.
You take a picture of that and everything and send it to him, and then he validates that you actually bought it. And then he mails you a box. You missed that part of the promotion.
I don't know about a box, but I get some little something from him, and then Bill Ragoon is sending a bag of
coffee. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's a different one. But
I don't know. It was all tied in with that.
Yeah, you can't beat the second one. I'm talking about the very first time you bought the pack of smoking. But
I was too high to get involved in that one. I couldn't remember any of that mess. That happened Kevin, about 2 weeks ago.
I got to ask, do you have anything in the Cigar Journal Awards? I thought you had a cigar. I thought I voted for Cigar Prop for something. I can't remember.
Or the Bleeder or something. I think Bleeder Tool or.
It's been a while since I voted.
Yeah.
There was only 50 of those boxes.
Yeah. I guess I popped in there after because I was way too high on pain pills.
Back to college football. Your school's not playing, but my school's playing Saturday.
And my school is too.
Georgia Tech, and they named Blackman the starting quarterback from last year. I'm not sure I'm happy about that. Yes, it was a shorty for 40.
Not playing the whole year?
No, I think the Big Ten is not playing at all, right?
They were supposed to meet before the weekend, then they were supposed to meet yesterday, and now they're supposed to meet later on this week. But that team up north, their athletic director is against playing, and there's 2 other teams that are saying we're not going to play. So 3 teams out of the Big Ten that are saying they don't want to play.
So
I don't know if the Big Ten is going to actually come down and say, well, okay, then we'll let 9 teams play.
Okay.
You might have to play one or two teams twice.
I think it's a real crying shame because this year's team that was recruited was the #1 recruiting team of the year. So it was, they had high hopes for the whole thing. So it's really it's really sad.
Thank you for putting that website out there, Kerr. Kerr put out the website for the smoke-in.
Yeah, I can't do that because I don't have I don't have the dexterity right now.
Dexterity. That's a big word.
That is a big word. You like dexterity?
That's 4 syllables.
4 syllables. That's pretty good on pain meds too.
See, I told you, you didn't do what I did when I was on the pain meds.
No, I haven't. I haven't
talking about a 7 or an 8 game schedule.
Oh, then they can't be considered for national champions if they're only playing 7 or 8 games. But what happened was when I had that problem around Thanksgiving, remember? I went and got that drain and I almost went septic. Because I'm morphine all afternoon at the freaking ER, and they put me on 10 milligrams of narco. So I took one of those before I went home, and I'm sitting in the Lazy Boy. My phone's on the coffee table, and I see it ring. This is what happened. I thought I saw it ring. I saw Dr. Cappy's picture, so I picked it up and go outside. I'm talking to him for about 45 minutes. He says, "Bones, I gotta go. I'm sorry, but I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta get done. But thank you for calling me." I didn't call you. You called me. He goes, "No, you called me." And then I checked the phone log the next day, and yeah, sure enough, I called him thinking he called me. Well, that's how nice of a guy he is. He stayed on the phone with me for 45 minutes, just BSing.
You said you were on
the surgery I just recently had on Thursday. Somebody asked me, "So what did the doc say?" I said, "I didn't know that the doc said anything."
Yeah. So Paul, you said you were on 10 milligrams?
I was.
I was on 15 at the beginning of all this.
Yeah, but dude, 10 milligrams and liquid morphine and morphine drip?
No, I
was feeling pretty good.
Muscle relaxers and all kinds of stuff. I'd wake up for a couple hours and fall asleep for 4 hours.
Yeah, I did a lot of sleeping too.
Oh yeah.
State of California says, not state of California, I'm sorry. Disneyland said they were, and I read this article and it looked real to me. Maybe a rumor, I don't know. Do research, double check. I double checked. I couldn't find anything that says it wasn't going to happen. But Disneyland said they're so fed up with California, the state of California, they're moving to Texas.
Nah, I can't. Disneyland has been there for a long time.
Also, talking about football, they're talking about nominating Kaepernick to the Hall of Fame. Did you see that on Facebook today?
Who nominated? People want him nominated?
They want him nominated to go to the Hall of Fame.
He doesn't have the stats to prove it.
He hasn't been around long enough.
I don't think the other players would go for that.
Oh,
that'd be
golly.
That I would probably have to give up the NFL. Oh, Mike says it's a fake article.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But you know.
Also, what other thing was there I wanted to talk about? Oh, I forget. That's how I forgot.
We got FSU. We did Smokers in. Football's not a game to him. It's a science. And here we go, California again. The San Francisco DA said that police should determine when they stop looters and rioters, if they have the items in the hands and stuff, if they need those before they arrest them. If they actually need them. Do you need these? Yes. All right, we're not going to arrest you.
Yes. I need 10 pairs of Nikes.
I need that big screen TV.
Yes. Well, they do to watch what's going on in sports.
They need it so that they can watch where the looting and the rioting is occurring so that they can
go and get some more. Yes.
Back on football, where did he go? Washington, the Redskins released Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, and he signed a
1 year or 2
1 year contract.
He was talking about the Patriots, but he went somewhere. Oh,
I forget where he went, but how much was it a game? 15,000.
Something like that.
He gets 15,000 a game.
15,000 a game.
A game plus incentives.
Huh.
He's still not that bad.
I'll take that. I'll take that check.
He never even sold his house.
And it's so bad. I'm not going as far as not playing fantasy football.
There, Kevin just told you.
Also, who was the player?
Detroit.
You know this, Bones. Who was the player who just signed the other big contract right under McCombs? He got the
That was
36 or 39?
the guy.
Yeah, 39 million.
What's his name out of Texas?
Out of Texas, Jeff.
The quarterback for Texas.
He got
Quarterback.
39 million.
Quarterback for.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He got
39
39 million for
39
6
million.
years.
No, 4 years. 4 years.
I'm sorry, 4 years plus
Incentives and
incentives to
signing
go up a couple of more million a year.
He's
Wow.
still under what Mahomes makes, $50 million a year.
But guess who's not getting it?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
Really?
He's getting the what's he getting? Barry 31, right?
Yeah, something like that. I'm reading.
He's getting 31. He refused. He turned down 33
Yeah.
for 5 years guaranteed,
Yeah.
and now they're giving him 31, and that's it. And who knows what can happen for just this year? He gets 31 for this year, and then that's it.
Boston Jimmy is saying,
Wow.
according to USA Today, one particular fan feels Kaepernick should be in there, but not for his playing abilities. Football fan Bob Brickett discovered that anyone, even someone who is an retiree from Vermont with no connections to the NFL, can nominate someone for the Hall of Fame. As a result, Brickett sent a letter to the Hall of Fame late June requesting that Kaepernick be inducted as a contributor based on the former quarterback's efforts to call attention to police violence against black and brown people.
That's pretty much the same thing with the receiver, but what was that guy's name?
All righty then.
The Patriots.
All right.
Yes.
Well, that,
All righty then.
Exact same thing.
I guess that, yeah, all right. He can be nominated. Doesn't mean they're going to vote him in.
He ain't getting in ever.
But anyway, who's Dan? Dan is playing out the year to get 40 a year next year. Oh, Dak? He's playing out the year, 31 this year to get 40 million. Still $50 million a year for Mahomes. $50 million a year. And if he gets hurt, that's for 10 years. If he gets
Still gets
hurt, and can't play football ever again, he's guaranteed $178 million.
Yeah. I'd spend that. So I'm looking not to get hurt.
So what do you
In 1 week, you'd
I'm
spend it.
spending that.
What did he do 2 days after he signed that contract? He went and bought part of the Kansas City Royals and the Lamborghini.
Yes.
Good for him. Cheers for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Gin and dime.
We got any? Let me see. I thought I had more cigar stuff, man. No,
So, Mav, 6 weeks, count them, 6 weeks, no alcohol.
Really?
Well, I mean, of course, when you're taking narcotics, you can't drink alcohol. So,
Right.
oh, you can, but you're not going to.
it's not advisable.
Right.
You're not driving anywhere.
I still can't drive. I mean, look, does it look like I
That
can
would you
drive?
recommend because of your injury and because of your medicine?
Yeah, I chose not to. I'm not even going to try it. Bones was trying
So,
to.
so therapy's over?
Well, how are you supposed to get over to the house tomorrow?
Oh, I'm going to drive.
I thought you just said he couldn't drive.
No, he can drive.
Oh,
Where's he
okay.
going?
He wants to just sit in the pool and let his arm float.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, it felt great, man. It was awesome. Well, Caitlin,
Nice.
unfortunately, I'm not giving
You
that up.
know, you would really like a hot tub.
Oh, I know. I know.
As federal employees, we could still possibly test positive on CBD oil, possibly. But why the hassle it? You know, I just don't care. I take it every freaking day, twice a day.
It's not prescribed. I'm not even going to take the chance. I'm too close to retirement age, and
The military got so bad with that.
It helps me sleep. Great.
The military got so bad.
It cured me from between you two guys.
You can't even they took everything off the shelf that has anything hemp related, hemp lotion, hemp shampoo,
Yeah.
anything. They won't sell any of that at the shopette or the BX anymore,
Right.
which I think is a little off the wall. But
Yeah, it's going too far.
you know,
but
and even if the
doesn't everybody does something go too far?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Mostly.
I got a little bit of insight on that particular situation because I talked to a person that was in the know on it, and what happened was somewhere in the Air Force, he didn't tell me what base, but somewhere in the Air Force, a guy popped positive for cannabis. Turned around and said, "Well, I've been using this hemp lotion and all this stuff to help me sleep, and and it's really done a good job." And so they tested it, and it turned purple. So it indicated a level of THC.
Okay.
And like Bones, you know, because you're in the know on this. Even a trace amount of THC is going to pop that. Is going to show, yep, there's THC present.
But
so
that guy got away with it.
He got away with it. So then they said, we're just going to stop it, and no more.
Yeah.
But even if getting the women fighting for their needs, yep. I agree with you 100%, Caitlin. But I'm a firm believer, and I said this 2-3 years ago, that if Trump needs it before the election, he's going to push to federally open up marijuana. But
well, they're good. They're talking about decriminalizing.
Right. But with that said, just because the feds decriminalize it, an employer can still say, if it's in your blood, you're gone.
Even if it's legal, a employer can still say no.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Because our friend Rocco, who manages the fuel truck guys, if they even show up with a trace, they're cut.
Well, yeah, they're driving 40,000 gallon tankers full of
burnable liquids.
Petro.
Yeah, burnable liquids, flammable liquids.
Yeah, they've got a tank of explosives. It's no.
They make good money. They can give up that job.
They'll fire them in a New York second. He said, no question.
A friend of ours that comes in here that one of his drivers got tested positive for marijuana, not anything like hemp related, just the marijuana. Of course it is, but you know what I mean, just marijuana. He was making $105,000 a year. They gave him a chance.
Plus bonuses.
And when they retested him 6 months down the line, he tested positive again.
So 2 strikes, you're out. Not
105,000.
You would think that this person would be smart enough to say, you know what? I'm going to lay off it for a little bit until the smoke clears, so to speak.
Yes.
Boston Jimmy brought up a good question. If they make it legal or decriminalize it, does that mean all convicted weed-only felons get released?
They haven't discussed that portion of it yet.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, depending on how much they were put in jail for. They were put in jail for transporting 200 pounds.
They're staying there.
That's the difference.
I don't know.
If it's Joe that got stopped down the street with a dime bag on him, let him go.
Because they got the 3-strike law.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. If he got stopped with a dime bag and he was on that 3-strike thing, chances are likely he's probably not going to get out on it.
Right.
But they might say yes, but they won't. You don't get another strike.
I think they'll have to review all cases at that point. And that's
case by case.
You know how much money the federal government would save on not fighting the fight against marijuana?
Oh, tons.
Oh, you got states suing other states. You got the state of Nebraska at one time was trying to sue Colorado because everybody was transporting from Colorado through I-80 from Colorado all the way through Nebraska and all the way across. So they're saying we're spending all this money trying to stop all this shit, and it's your fault. No, just because we made it legal, it's not our fault that they're
transporting. Yeah, sure.
No, actually, they're told when they purchase it that they're not supposed to cross state lines. I do know. they're told not to do it. You leave Seattle Tacoma Airport, SeaTac. There's signs there that say you're not supposed to take cannabis on this airplane, on this airplane.
Right.
Like Jimmy said, field days will have a lawyer. Lawyers will have a field day with it.
Yeah. Well, they will.
No, it's up to you guys.
Caitlin,
Yeah,
Caitlin, that's not something I would go out and publicize. By the way, I just saying.
I don't know what she's saying guilty about. I think she's talking about the guys that got convicted of the crime.
Crossing state lines.
You're guilty.
I would hope she's not talking about state lines. I'm hoping that she's talking about the guy with, 100 pounds like you were talking about, Bones.
Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah, I would hope so. That would be
transport 100 pounds.
Yeah, guilty. I can't imagine her crossing state lines. That's not smart. She's a smart girl.
People just start mailing it. Well, wait, that won't make it. If I can't get cigars through the mail, how would I get that?
Oh, I don't know. What do you put on the when they ask you all those questions? Do you have flammable, all this stuff? Oh no, it's just weed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and send that.
You want to put them the $50 standard priority insurance? Well, let me see. $250 an ounce. There's 4 ounces in there. Yeah, I want that.
Yeah. I want to increase that insurance. I mean, what else you got on your list, Bones? Anything?
That's all I got. Other than for us military guys, the Army updated their policy to allow drill sergeants or any sergeants to make their soldiers drop and give them, drop and give me 20 if they do something wrong, any minor infractions.
Smoke them.
Make them do push-ups again or extra duty.
Smoke them. That's what we called it. Smoking them. Time to smoke them. Let's go back to that. We need more of that. I had a conversation with a friend of mine about these looters and rioters in the cities. And I said, the problem with these cupcakes is they haven't had a good ass whipping by their parents. So you want to stop the looting and rioting? Let the police out there just whip their ass and send them home.
Because I told Caitlin and Brendan, both our kids, and neither one of them are that left. They're not left at all. But if they got caught up in that shit and they got in trouble with it,
you're on your own.
You're on your own, man. It's just like I always said. You ever get a DUI, you're on your own because you guys know better.
Yeah.
You know better. You guys got everything nowadays that we didn't have. You got Uber, you got Lyft, you got all this other shit. You got Mav over here come pick you up.
Yeah.
But there's no reason for anybody to get a DUI. It's the same thing goes for marijuana because they have tests to test you for being marijuana impaired or smoke impaired.
Yeah.
It's there. People don't think it is, but they have them.
Yeah.
And, you take that chance.
They do a test with your eyes, and if your eyes don't move, then you're toast.
Yeah, right. What do you call it? Lazy eye?
Yeah.
I got a lazy eye, but I'm good for this week. Remember, we're back every Tuesday at 6:30 Central. We'll update the Facebook page. We'll look at it, see if there's. I'll take care of that. We don't want more putting on like 4:30 in the morning. Being on the drugs and stuff.
So, from the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Coast Cigar, 2420 Government Street in Ocean Springs, we are the Ashholes bidding you good night.
Good night, folks. Love you. Appreciate you coming in.
Oh, man. From sitting there.
And broadcast?